Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Walk with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on to the next. Whip this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shoot, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
Let's do a little recap. So Monday, we dropped some content, and it was in regard to how you can still grow. And a lot of us, we're trying our best. We just don't know. I hit a point where, I've told a lot of my peers, or a couple of my peers early on in my career, when I seen them kind of Uncle Tommy, and I had to tell them like, hey man, you don't got to do all that. Still stay true to yourself. Polish up a little bit. I understand that. We're gonna dress the par and we're gonna talk with some sense. But still stay true to yourself, because people will respect you for your authentic self before they figure you're trying to be somebody else. And before I turn it over to you, bro, one of the things I like the people to know is they will never, whoever they are, whoever you're trying to impress, look like, or be like, or talk like, or whatever else, they will never accept you or get to know you as long as you're trying to be like them. You stay true to yourself, be willing to grow and evolve, but starting with appearance, that's something we could talk about all day. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so I think that from the last episode, you talk about appearance, music, and environment. And the reason why I brought up the word focus is because I'm gonna just get to the point here. When we talk about focus and you're starting to do different things in your life, take on new adventures, try to do new things, you're going to run into some things that happen that may make you feel uneasy. So let's take, for example, when a lot of people out right now, they like to start new businesses, right? So what you going to do when you get ready to start that new business and you need to do some advertising for it, right? You need more people to come and follow you and to do the things you need to do to get the support. And what happens when they don't do that? What happens when you start selling the product on, like, let's say a clothing line, and you trying to get products out, hoodies, whatever you selling, but you got people who want to get something free before you can sell it. What you gonna do when you gotta find some advice on how to set up a website, and don't nobody want to talk to you unless you giving them some money, or you can't talk to nobody because nobody in your circle has that knowledge to be able to do that for you? What you gonna do? So this is what I mean by when you hit these roadblocks, you still got to focus and find a way to figure it out, right, in the midst of all that. And so I think that last session was just based on the things that in your environment, you're probably going to experience all those things. The environment, the things around you, you're going to experience those setbacks with that. Your appearance, depending on who you are, if you're a minority, you're going to have some setbacks automatically. And then the thing with music that was brought up to tell you, you can use some of those things as motivation. So music I used a lot for motivation to get to where I needed to be. And I think that if everybody do that, you'll be better off, because you definitely going to meet some opposition on that.
Yeah, and talking about music, one of the things, if you didn't get to see the pre-record of any of these episodes that we have, make sure that you tap into the YouTube where you can see the full-length videos. But when we talked about music, we still listen to the same music that we've always listened to, right? Now, we may listen to different artists over time, but for the most part, we still listening to all the same hood music, Gucci, whatever else. And we're in corporate America. I've delivered speeches to hundreds of people and listening to Gucci before I go in there, or Moneybagg Yo or somebody, right? Yeah. Because that's what gets me pumped up. So yeah, I'm very professional and I can bang with the best of them, and I'm still staying true to myself, but I'm growing, right? So I got that switch on me where I can listen to music like that and still go and perform professionally. Yeah. So so I'm growing, right? But I'm still staying true to myself. And that's what we talked about. So just because you got a job downtown don't mean that you gotta listen to I don't know, any artist that you're not into, because
anything
that's
that you normally wouldn't. Because that's just what change, because your environment.
Right. Don't do that. Right. Stick to what motivates you, right? Still stay true to yourself, but be willing to grow music. Now, like I said, you can switch different artists and expand your horizon on it, but still stay true to yourself with the music. And then the third thing that we talked about is the environment. That one is something that, I said is crazy, because as you're growing and as you're elevating, right? And staying true to yourself, there's some places you can't go. There's some places you shouldn't be. And we talked about a lot of famous artists or different people or celebrities that you hear about dying or getting killed, and you're like, why were they even there? What was they doing with those people, or why was they there at that time? And this kind of environment and music ties together, because a lot of those artists that we talk about, that we listen to, we're not even able to go to their concerts. I mean, we're able to go to their concerts, but we choose not to go to some of their concerts because maybe some of the venues are conducive to our lifestyle, or some parties that you may get invited to, or certain places. You done outgrown those places and those situations. That's okay. And that's not saying that you're judging everybody. You know where you're at, you know what you're trying to protect, and you know where you're trying to go. So it's not worth the risk. It's truly risky business.
Yeah, I think that man. Here's the thing. A lot of people who you used to hang out with, they gonna want you to go to certain places that they continue to go to. And you got to tell yourself, I'm really sick and tired of kind of like beating around the bush on stuff on this. So I don't really care anymore. I'm not the same person I was, and if you a person that's of growth, you ain't the same person you been either. So let's just get to it, because now I'm warmed up now. I was trying to do something, do this, do that, but now I'm warmed up. So so if you a person that's of growth, like I said, you can't go to certain places no more. Let's just put it like that. You don't walk to the grocery store and see Michael Jordan. You don't see Zuckerberg. You don't see none of them people because they can't go to certain places. They just can't. And until you start putting yourself on that level of success and realizing you're not regular anymore, then that until you get to that level, then you're gonna keep doing what you're doing. And guess what? When you go to those certain places where you normally went to, or places that are similar to where you went in your younger days, it's gonna pull all your old habits back with you. It just like that, them habits come back. And I think that most people, where we from, and people like us, they don't know how to say no. They don't know how to grow up. They want, some people want to. So okay, so there's some people who want to grow up and do better, and then there's other people who just give in to everything. Oh, we going there? Okay, we you digress on everything you just put progress on in the past 2 weeks just because somebody told you to come somewhere. And I think it's the same thing with, your parents. When you going somewhere with a group of friends, don't change how you've been dressing for the last 3 months to fit in with your friends. I'm a square. I don't wear the same stuff I used to wear. I mean, you catch me in polo, but I've there's growth there, right? So you need to figure out what your character is, and lay the foundation on your character. And then if we getting past this part, G White, whenever you want to get into the other topics, I'm ready. But
Yeah.
I guess if you wanted to do the Black History Month, we could do that now, because it kind of rolls right into it, what the things we got. So if you want to do that first, or however you
Yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah. No, I just pretty much, I wanted to take a moment to I wanted to say Happy Black History Month.
Yeah.
That's something that we rarely hear people even mention the way that they should. So I had a couple things. One thing I wanted to do was, in honor of Black History Month, I wanted to kind of share a quote um, that I read up on,
Yeah.
and it's by Jackie Robinson. And the quote is, "Life is not a spectator sport. If you're going to spend your whole life in the grandstand just watching what goes on, in my opinion, you're wasting your life." I tell people that all the time in my own words, and it kind of freaked me out. Now, I'm a baseball player, but it freaked me out because, Jackie Robinson said this many moons ago, and I found myself motivating myself and people around me by using sports analogies. Are you going to stay in the stands, or you going to get in the game, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, what you see another person do, you can do yourself. How many times you hear or see people, you may have even done it yourself, we are humans, see somebody in shape and you be like, man, that person look good. Look at that person. She had a baby. She snapped back. Or look at that guy. Look at that car. Look
Yeah.
at that house. Look at this. Look at that. That's a person just like you. They get up every morning, put their pants on, they bleed just like you. So it's either you're going to get out of the stands and get in the game. And that's just, if you just tell yourself before you catch yourself admiring someone a little too much, or
Yep.
praising the wrong things a little too much, just remember, don't be fanned out. I catch myself all the time. If I find myself being a little bit of too much of a fan of something, I'll be like, man, you're getting fanned out. Do something. Go get you one of those. See how you
Yep.
can afford that. How can you put yourself in a position to get that? So Jackie Robinson, he put that down a long time ago, and to this day, that's some values that I still hold true to myself. And before I turn it back over to you, bro, I don't think a lot of people, and I'm gonna say this because I've heard somebody tell me, they'll say, and I'm glad we're doing this because people get to know a little bit more about us, because I've heard the comments like, man, you a little too humble. You're a little too humble. You know what I'm saying? You're a little too humble. And even you would tell me sometime, you'll be like, man, hey, let them have it, or whatever else. But I don't think a lot of people, when we talk about Black history, a lot of people think they're not worthy of making their own version of Black history, or still doing something to this day. Two notable things I can remember a lot of people don't know about is I've walked in 2 million man marches. I walked in 2 million man marches in Washington, D.C. The first one was in 2005, and the other one was right in the middle of COVID in 2020. So, I've been right next to Trayvon Martin's parents, Mike Brown's parents, George Floyd's parents, the family of Sandra Bland, right there, peaceful protest. You know what I mean? I know what it's like to kiss goodbye that daddy finna go out of town for a couple of days and praying while you're on the plane that you're able to make it back home to your kids. I laugh and joke and I play and we'll do a lot, but I'm very serious about who I am, about having influence and what that looks like and what I'm doing with my influence. And, the world may not know about that or what I've done, but my kids know, my family and friends know. And, that's a thing a lot of people didn't know is that I walked in 2 million man marches, bro. And that's something I keep close, you know what I'm saying? But I don't mind sharing with people because I'm proud of what I do in my community and standing up for what's right because we've all been affected by the different injustices in a system that wasn't built for us. So,
Yep.
so that's just my piece on Black history. And I just felt like before we got into anything else, we need to do what I don't see enough people doing, and that's stopping and proudly talking about our history and how we are currently still making history and building like kings and queens should do. We talk about a lot of things, but I don't see anybody, and I'm not pointing fingers because a lot of people are guilty not talking about Black history enough.
Yep. That's a fact. And because you know why? Because don't nobody operate on ethics and values no more. They don't care what the last person did for them. They want to know what you did for them now. And that's the problem we got right now with people being successful. Everybody want to ask you what you do for them now instead of understanding how they laid the groundwork for you. That's just how it is right now.
Yeah.
Mine's coming from Malcolm X.
Yeah.
This is simple. I'm straight to the point. Sitting at the table doesn't make you a diner. See what I'm saying? A lot of people talk about, okay, let's say if you sitting at the table, okay, you finally got yourself in the door. You now employed at this company. But where the plates at? Where the food at? How long you gonna sit at that one company getting scraps? How long you gonna sit there and not go out and just get your skill set increased? How long you gonna sit there at that one company that you don't want to do and just go out and get your own business doing the same thing you doing right now at that same company? How long you gonna keep saying, "Oh, my pension is here," or "They paying me X amount"? How long you gonna say that? You ain't no diner. You just there. You just there occupying the seat. You ain't got no dinnerware on the table. That's what I'm saying. I take this as let's take for example this podcast right here, right? So right now, everybody can have a seat at the table, right?
Right.
But I know that we not on air teaching anything like that's real entertainment wise, right? So I know our following ain't gonna be like rah rah, like it ain't gonna people busting down the door, comment section, all that, trying to get in. You know why? Because people not interested in what you're trying to tell them until you can physically hand them money in their hand, or you can show them like how they can get something material. Nobody's interested in knowledge until they actually need it. You know when somebody gonna come knocking on the door, getting in the podcast? When they just lost their job, when something just happened in their career.
Yeah.
When they need some advice when they on a job as a black man and they manager who was Caucasian got them by the arm hold and about to fire them. Now they gonna come to the podcast and they gonna want some answers. Q&A, right? This Q&A, right?
It is.
Okay, this Q&A. Okay, so I think that it's the same reason why Black history is like it is, because don't nobody care until we have another George Floyd incident. Now everybody like Black Lives Matter, this and that, right?
Right.
The same thing, full circle. Don't nobody want to follow through. Everybody talk about new year, new me, but don't nobody want to put the work in to be consistent about what they doing. Right. You see what I'm saying? I don't got time to play with people no more. And I don't care if I'm too harsh, because I'm about to get like that now. If I'm too harsh, oh well. And a lot of people used to say, this is another thing. I don't know why people bring up my past. I don't know why people think it's like, what joy do you get by saying I had an anger problem? Yeah, I had an anger problem. I did. Everybody, and I had to have one growing up while I was growing up.
Hey,
Everybody had they pass. I didn't do half of the stuff some people did. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how I led the class. I usually don't even talk like this, but I get sometimes I get sick of hearing people say something about my past. Don't you know I'm a new me? I get better with time, Jack. I get better with time.
you're not even the same dude you was last
No,
year.
I'm not. And I'm trying to tell these cats out here something like, but like I said, I just need one ear. I want one ear to change a life, just like I did for some of my friends. I
Yeah.
just need one, and I bounce off that one and keep going. So that knowledge I give is just is everlasting. Because when I give it to that one of my friends, they gonna give it to their kids, and their kids gonna give it to their kids. Now I got generational wisdom out there.
But
You see what I'm saying?
the thing I look at it like, bro, and I tell people this all the time. It's a lot of people that was born, they're gonna live, and they're gonna die. And they
Yeah,
have not done anything for anybody else
for
outside of
nobody.
themselves. They've hoarded knowledge, information. They thought selfishly.
Yeah,
They didn't make an impact on their community. They didn't add value to themselves. They did what everybody else is doing. They took the easy road. So that's why I always tell people never stop trying and striving to do different. And on this road, like we say, the high road, you're gonna be
yeah.
alone sometimes. So if you can impact one life,
Not alone, or not sometimes. You're gonna be alone a lot.
a lot, bro.
You're
You're
gonna be
right.
alone a
You're
lot.
right.
Let's
You're
get to
right.
it. This is why they be saying, not to cut you off, but this is why they be saying it's lonely at the top. It ain't it ain't about no money. When you
Yeah.
really think about it, it's because ain't nobody up there to help you. Diddy just said, while everybody trying to clown him, he just said he a billionaire, right? He just told us that with these tequila companies, how he trying to do business in the business world, when you get to that level, he went to the mountaintop and he see it. He see how they doing business up there. And he coming back down to tell us. But nobody want to listen till you get him a share of that, huh?
Yeah. 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 Hey, that's something we kind of been teetering around a little bit, but I'm glad we got into it because there's more into it. But I do want to take a second to kind of answer a couple questions. You can go ahead and start with that one, and then I'll chime in.
Let me see. How do you keep up the drive every day to accomplish those plans that you work on here and there? How do I keep up the drive every day? To be honest, because it's in my character. You gotta have it ain't about what's out there external to your body. It's about what your character is and who you are. I'm based on principles. So if you ain't somebody based on principles, for example, if you know you need to get up at a certain time to do some things, you got to get up. If you on a diet and you know, not a diet, I call it a lifestyle. Because when you call it a diet, you can break that diet at any time.
Yeah.
When you call it a
Yeah.
lifestyle, it's a
Yeah.
lifestyle. I don't do that no more. It don't matter how the food smell good. I don't do that no more. Right. So I think that's the drive is what is your character like? What is your ambition? And the other thing is that I ain't gonna be like everybody else. Well, this person ain't doing that, so I'm gonna do this. And some people be saying it's their kids and things like that. Man, my drive is me. I don't know what my kids gonna do. I don't that they is not the reason for my drive. You got to be your reason for your drive.
Yeah.
So I think that every day you wake up and you ask yourself how good you want to be today. Look in the mirror and say how good. And I'm really talking about that. I do this. Look in your mirror at yourself and say how good you want to be today.
Yep.
Or you just gonna be mediocre.
Yep.
Fire yourself up.
Yeah. And I'll keep it real simple with that because you touched on a lot of it. But keeping that drive up every day is it's accountability. One, right? You got to be honest with yourself. The rest of the world is gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
You don't need to lie to yourself. You know exactly what you're not doing. Be real with you, right? Even if you don't be real with nobody, be real with yourself. You know exactly that you're not putting forth the effort. You know you ain't dedicating yourself.
Yeah.
You know you haven't been consistent. You know you can do better. You know you can give more. You know you can get up earlier. You know you can stay up later. You know you can do different things, right? So when you start to do that for yourself, it's easier to keep up that drive. Be harder on yourself than anyone else can be, right? So when somebody else says something to you, that's not new news to you, right? Make it a habit of being able to look in the mirror. That's how you keep up that drive. Be real with where you came from, whatever that looks like, and to where you want to go. Never lose sight of that. That'll be your motivating factors of it. So yeah, the kids and everything, yeah, that's a part of it too. And your circle is a big part of helping keeping up drive because I'm
Oh, you
I'm
going
looking,
there?
yeah, we in there. Let's do it. Because I'm looking at
Yeah.
two people right now.
Yeah.
Hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
We not BSers. Like I can't stand somebody that's BSing. You know what I mean? We ain't got
Yeah.
time for that. So what I'm saying is you can't come around me like, hey man, I'm getting ready to go back to school. I'ma listen the first time, right? Man, that's what's up, bro. I like that. Hey man, I'm about to pick up I'm about to go to trade school. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
I like that. That third, fourth time you keep trying to that third time you come around me, man, I'm gonna probably be like, hey, stop playing with me. Like, stop talking to me
Yeah.
like that. Like, stop. You gonna piss or get off the pot. What you gonna do, man? Because I don't got time for deadhead conversations or one-sided conversations. Have you ever had a conversation with somebody, bro? And matter of fact, multiple conversations with somebody, and you leave those conversations feeling like drained, like empty
Yeah.
because you didn't get nothing back?
Yep.
Stay away from people that don't give you anything back in a conversation.
Yeah.
You can sit there and you sit there and you talk and you talk, and you get nothing back. Then it feel like you preaching or talking on deaf ears and everything, and you done talked your mouth dry, you done talked your head hurting, you
Yep.
you done worked up an appetite because you care, and this person don't got nothing even to offer you back.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Stay away from them draining conversations. And I find myself in many, and I'm sure you can relate to the same thing.
Yeah. But I'm gonna just slide like YG now right into this because I'm tired. It's the elephant in the room. So I'm very technical, right? I
Mm-hmm.
really I really I listen to me. Ask my friends. They know what's up. I seen Dave on here. I get into any Facebook account I want. You know what I'm saying? I can get the passwords. I ain't done it. I did it in high school. All my friends' girlfriends. Yeah, I did it. So listen, everybody who trying to act like they do this, they do that. Uh Here's the thing. I got all of the statistics, the analysis of who doing what, who listened to what, who watch what, right? It's you can
Right.
you can go out there and see that. The thing is, it's like when you in the hood, right? You in the hood, right? So you trying to do something new, like go to college. I remember when we went to college, right? You know that?
Ooh wee.
You remember when we went to college, right?
Take us there.
So we go to college. We go we
Ooh.
we we go to college. We got to buy our books. We got to buy something to eat out there. We got a room and board. All these different things we trying to help ourselves do, right? And it just comes to the point where sometimes you need help when you're in college, right? But who can
Yeah.
you turn to from where we from? Who you gonna turn to? I mean, for us, your mama, you know, G White, your dad, right? You people who closest, but like, you know, my auntie, she was the one who I never said I mentioned this the last episode. My auntie was the one who gave me a couple dollars to go out to take that interview. I remember stuff like that. I remember the time my brother gave me a couple dollars to go to Butler for my spring football game. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like, let's talk about this though.
Yeah.
So that's your close family members, right? The ones like that's really like you stayed with, right?
Yeah.
And they can only do as much as they can.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the community.
Ooh.
Because the community, they're supposed to be backing you. And there's 3 phases to this thing here. And I done went through them with my own personal stuff, and we going through them right now with this podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 phases, okay? Get them. The first phase is, and this is whenever you're trying to do anything new, any new endeavor, new job, new anything, right? And you need support for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
First phase, people ain't gonna get involved. People ain't gonna comment on no social media things. They ain't gonna like nothing. They ain't gonna watch nothing. They gonna act like they ain't even see nothing. But whole time I done told you, I got all the analytics. I can see who done something. I know who
Pause.
doing something.
Pause. Let me
Go ahead.
let me pause right there.
Go ahead.
That's a
I'm
true
about to get
fact.
into it though. Go
That's a
ahead.
true fact because, you know, for those that don't know, I've had a baseball camp, softball camp for the past 10 years consistently back at home, right? I've had somebody that we grew up with, somebody that knows us, knows me personally.
Since they want some entertainment, I'm gonna give them some entertainment. Go ahead.
They waited to year 5 to make a contribution to my baseball camp and
Yeah.
told me straight to my face, like it was cool. Like, hey man, I would have been gave you something, but I wanted to see was you gonna be consistent with it before I invested in you. I'm like,
But you're gonna tell us that, like you that, like me, like
bro,
what?
bro. But go ahead, man. That's just
So that's
yeah.
what. So yeah, we got people saying stuff like that, right? So phase 1,
Yeah.
ain't nobody gonna stick their neck out because they don't want to. Don't nobody want to, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so ain't nobody gonna help me. Okay, I'm gonna do this thing regardless, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so now that's phase 1, right? Phase 2. Now you done graduated college, right? Or you done got the business going. You kind of making a little bit of noise, right? You making a little bit of noise. Now they like this. They slowly rising up. Now they like, oh, what he doing something now?
Yeah.
Oh, he doing something. So now they like, they gonna get on there a little bit and look and and try to see what's what, right? But they still like passively. So now they get on there and be like, oh, he don't do that. He ain't used to do that. They gonna start dry hating. That's what I call dry hating.
Right.
So now they don't went from not watching it at all, right? Because
Yeah.
you wasn't nobody. You wasn't nobody at this point, right?
Right.
But now you keep pushing. Like I told you, focus. Keep focus. You keep focusing. Now they gonna do like, he over there. Oh yeah, he doing that. Man, he ain't that artwork was weak. That the podcast is weak. They talking about everything else. Ain't nobody gonna do that from the hood. He got money. He man, shut up. I came from where everybody else came from, and I did it better. And I'm silly, and I'm trying to tell you how you can do it better. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But everybody wants to be a downloader in this era. And what I mean by that is people sit on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, and they just scroll. You downloading all the information, but you ain't uploading nothing. When you gonna upload something to people? When you gonna get something for yourself? Again, you at the table, but you ain't no diner. Okay, so that's phase 2. Phase 3. Now me and G White, we might have 21 Savage with us next time. We might have Obama with us or somebody. We here now. Oh, they getting real money now. They getting real money. And I'd have done this before when I graduated college and I did all this stuff. And now people, same thing. Now they like, oh, that's fam right there. Yeah, that's day 1. Yeah, he one of us now. Yeah, he from the 219. You see what I'm saying? That's phase 3. That's how I go. So that's what's happening. Like with everything you do, keep the focus because that's what's gonna happen. And then phase 4 is like, I just add this one in because me being me, I remember everybody who gave me my first sale, gave me my first view, gave me my first like, whatever that is. And when that time come, be like, who is you? And now they gonna start hating crazy.
You done forgot where you came from.
You don't forgot where you came from. You blah blah. You think you this, you think you that. That's how I usually go, right?
Hey,
so that's why I'm telling everybody out there, get ready for it. Because when you listen, I don't care if you listen to us. I don't care if you listen to 1,000 other people. What I'm saying is get the facts from people and develop your life like you need to.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll say this, bro. Hey, because you almost left out something, but I can
No,
I
I
can rem-
didn't. I just saved it. If you
I
talking
can
what I'm
remember.
talking about,
Hey, we finna see. We do this a lot, right?
well,
So we
I
get
don't know
around
why
it.
you holding it back. I was just trying to save you something to talk. Since this
No,
is like unscripted, we just live. I got the
all
kids
right.
coming in the back.
Listen. So I can remember something very pivotal in our lives, right? And a lot of people lives, right? And I know a lot of people can feel this. And when I say this, it's not
Man,
nothing
say
but
it. You ain't
facts.
gotta keep. You
It's
ain't gotta
nothing but
keep explaining
facts. Nah,
yourself.
listen, it's nothing but facts. So what I'm saying is this. I can remember the dynamic of when we came home from school, right? I
Yeah,
can remember graduating college, coming home,
yeah,
and people telling us like, you wasted all your time in school. You wasted
yeah.
4 years of your life.
Yep,
You a dummy. You could have
yep.
did this. You could have did that. You could
Why
have
you
did
ain't do
this. You could
this?
have.
You should have just
Why
did
you ain't
that.
do that? Right. So
How
look,
you become an expert at something you never done before?
facts. So how you become an expert at something you ain't never did before? But what I'm saying is this: there was no outside of our family throwing us a little gathering. There was no big old welcome party, welcome home party. There was no big old like, hey, watch out, man. Here they come, man. Look at the college grad. Wasn't nobody putting no money in my pocket. Wasn't nobody sliding me no 20s. Wasn't no, it didn't.
Putting money on your books.
No, so speaking of
Wasn't
books,
nobody putting money on your
but
books.
but what we would do is as a society, right? As a society, what we will do is, and we want to wonder why our friends and family members can't stay out the penitentiary or things of that nature, or can't straighten up their lives because
Ah,
we got to be careful what we celebrate, right?
ah.
Because we come from environments where you get more respect for doing 4 years in the Fed than you do
Yep.
4 years on a college campus. So
Hey, say it again. Say it again. Say it
you
again.
no, now you got me going, bro. What
No,
I'm
say it
saying is
again.
you get more respect for doing 4 years in the feds than you would on a college campus. And when you come home, I've seen it, bro. And it's not no hate. It just is what it is. This is my
It is.
perspective on
Don't nobody
things.
want to talk about
And
this.
this is facts, and everybody knows it. And this is not a new thing. This has been going on since the beginning of the time. But this is what's wrong with society, bro, in the environments that we grew up in. The person to come home from jail, what people gonna do? They gonna celebrate. They gonna throw a cookout. They gonna throw a barbecue, right? They gonna
Yep.
they gonna put money in this man's pockets or her
Yep.
pockets or whatever else. They gonna take him to the mall, get him
They put
fresh.
money on their books.
They're gonna
Yep.
put money on, but they don't get him fresh though, right? Put
Yep.
him on his feet. Oh, and not to mention the girls around the hood gonna love
Yep.
him,
Yep.
right? The girl, and I mean, he come out better than he ever been. You go to jail, you wasn't nobody. You come out, you somebody. But when you come out of college or something, it's really just kind of like I said. I mean, it was all kind of you wasted your time and whatever else like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not judging people that have made mistakes in their life. I'm just saying the pollution
Yeah.
that's going on in our community and the mindset of our community, which sets us back as a whole, right?
Yeah.
So, and if you can't look again, be honest with yourself and be like, okay, take them two out of it. And what they saying, that's just a fact by itself, and the facts will stand alone. Everybody can relate to that, no matter what genre or generation you're from. You've seen that aspect right there. I didn't have nobody. Hey man, your friends back at home, right? We have friends that went right into certain jobs or was doing
Yeah.
certain things with the bread, right? And when nobody like, hey G White, I got your books this semester, bro. Don't even worry about it, right? Or I got this, I got that, right? Friends that was getting the quick money, right? The quick money, they ain't nobody do none of that, right? Right. So I just noticed that dynamic and that part about the community kind of, it's always been a bad taste in my mouth because I sit back and I watch it and it's not no hate, but it's just like, I hate that for us. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why so-and-so or whoever they can't stay out of jail because every time they go to jail, they come home and get celebrated even harder.
Yep.
So you did 2 years this time. You did 4 years this time. Oh, you did 10? All right, bet. You the man. You feel what I'm saying? But you do 4 years in environments where at a university in an environment where we had to make big adjustments to ourselves, talk and act in ways that naturally didn't come to us and really transform ourselves. And then to come home, you wasted your time. You a dummy, or
you a square.
You a square. You this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've noticed, bro. And somebody had to say it because it's the facts of life, man. Especially in environments that we grew up in and people around the world grow up in. They can relate.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it. And that's why this podcast is so different, because I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear. You don't want to hear it is why you want to hear it. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you. And I just think that things like that, people, we skip over. That's why it's so like, we can't, nobody want to go to college now. Nobody want to do these type of things and talk about these things. We can't build each other up because it ain't looked right the same.
No.
That ain't lit. That ain't that, all them terms, whatever you want to say, it ain't that. Right? You know what I'm saying? And then on the back end, when we trying to teach you how to do certain things, how you start a business? What is the proper paperwork you got to get in order to start a business? Who talking about that? You see what I'm saying? But again, it's got to be some talk about some celebrity, some talk about this, some talk about that, for things to start moving. And I think that's the difference. That's the difference between me and Greg. That's why we different.
Yeah.
So I think that, like, the people who gonna listen to this podcast is gonna be the people who zoned in, who really they done made up their mind and they trying to get it. And the people who want to do that, let's go. I don't care if it's 2 of them. The rest of them, I'll holler at you. I'll holler at you when you need me. I'm gonna still be here. I remember who you are. And I'm gonna still be here for you when you get ready. I know everybody ain't ready at certain times, right? But I'm gonna be with you. I'm gonna be with you because I know all of y'all. I know all y'all. Y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't. And I want to say this too. Like, people be trying to, like, you not listening to what I need to give you is not gonna hurt my pockets. In fact, let's talk about the change, not on that level, but like, this podcast, we spend money for this. We ain't getting no money from this. Not now. We will later on. Believe me. But not now. But if we want to talk about, like, so, like, your view into this, listen, I read in the book about this. Nobody's candle has ever been shut out by lighting someone else's candle. Go try it if you want to know what I mean. Take a candle, light it, go try to light another candle. The candle that had the flame to start with didn't go out when it lit the other candle. Okay, so I'm just trying to light your candle. See what I'm saying? But don't be so caught up. Oh, he used to be. They think we are. I'm sick of that. We are.
So the thing is, bro, I say this, and this is the first time where we started putting information.
I get tired of people complaining about their life, man. Then you get somebody who trying to help them, and they be like, they just don't participate. They just don't, like.
Yeah.
Quit doing the same stuff over and over.
But the thing is, it go from the top, like I said. It's the clout. It's how when people choose to get on board. But I would say this, that I find great gratitude in some of the community things I've done around the community, because out of the thousands of kids that I've helped at my baseball and softball camp, I've been able to help.
You ain't get the gratitude you're supposed to get. Nah, let's talk about that.
We're gonna get on that too.
Let's talk about that.
We're gonna get on that too. Help
and,
too.
And I want to tell. Wait, I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but I'm just so fired up over this because we've been trying. These are things we had conversations about amongst ourselves, and we would never say them because we was trying to, like, just not be like that.
Yeah.
But it comes to a point where you got to get this on because other people can go through this, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it. The other thing about this is that this is why we led the recorded session about environment, appearance, and music. Is because these things is what you're gonna have to get over. You're gonna have to overcome these things to get to your destination.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be so soft, right? You can't just because it's raw or just because it makes you look in the mirror. I'll say the people that make you feel the most uncomfortable are the ones that care about you the most. So you're gonna find plenty of people to coddle you, to make you feel good, for you to and all along the while you failing. You're getting further and further from your dream. You know what I mean? So the people that hold you accountable, get yourself around those type of circles, right? And if you don't have those type of circles, if you are the circle, be okay being alone, figuring it out for yourself. I rarely go to clubs anymore. You rarely go to clubs anymore. But guess what? Pretty much got a club at my house we pretty much got
They
a
know
club
what's
at
up
your house.
with, they know what's up with my club. I know they seen it. I'm
Yeah.
really being arrogant right now. I don't care. I'm really arrogant this show.
Well, you
I
know what it
like it.
is. But hold on,
I
but you
like
know
it.
what it is. You know what it is, though. You know what it is. You know why, like some of the stuff we say to each other, to where somebody will look at us and be like, "What did you just say to him? What'd you say to him?"
Yeah.
That's because we care, and I know you care, right? So
Yeah.
if you tell me, "Hey, G White, you need to do this, you need to do that,"
Yeah.
and I know you to know you care. That's why you telling me that.
Yeah.
And if I'm mad in that moment, which I really don't anymore, but we just be like, I bet we put some thought to it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's what I'm saying. Before you get tight in your feelings about something, really look at the truth into it. Take the people out. Take the messenger out of the message,
Yep.
and get
That's what
the
it is. Let's start on. That's what it is. Now
yeah,
let's
that's
we
why
gonna
I said
talk about
that.
that right there. Is because
That's who it's coming from, bro.
let me Jay-Z on the Grammys, right? I didn't watch it, but I seen the clip.
Yeah.
And soon as he say, so I can use this now. Sorry everybody. I tell the truth when I get nervous. That's why I'm acting like this. I'm
Yeah.
nervous.
Like Jay.
It's okay for Jay-Z to say it, right? It should be okay for me to say it. See, everybody, when it's because of the messenger, it's me.
Yeah.
Right? That's why right now we doing these things and we getting so much receptiveness from people we don't know, like from everywhere. But it be the people who I know I can help. Like I can literally grab some of y'all and say, come on, let's get it. You see what I'm saying? But it's
Look,
because it's the messenger. Why is that?
look. I've seen this before, bro.
Get on
I'll go.
board.
I'll go back to my baseball camp again. I'm gonna always go back to my baseball,
Yeah, go back
softball
to
camp
that. I
because
want to talk about that.
that's one of my biggest life accomplishments, right? To go back to my hometown and do that every year for free for the kids, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is this: when you said people don't jump on board, I've seen that. I've noticed it because look, out of all the cousins, friends, you know how many of our friends got
Yeah.
kids and everything else like that?
Yeah.
They don't come. Only a few come.
Yeah.
Only a few come. Most of the kids that come to my camp aren't even
Yeah.
from the area or they don't know
Yeah.
me personally. When we got cousins
Yeah.
and family members and friends that got 5 or 6 kids, whatever,
Yeah.
and I'm giving out bikes and all this other free stuff and everything
Yeah.
else, I would love to give that to my friends' kids or my own cousins or whoever
Yeah.
else like that. But they won't. But they'll take them somewhere else and spend
Yep.
hundreds of thousands of dollars because that person was in the league or
No,
that
speak on
person
that. No,
that
yeah.
person on TV or something like that, right? So
Yeah.
or with me and Craze, we doing the turkey drives and giving away turkeys and everything like that. It's
Yeah.
people that wouldn't even come back, and you don't know they don't know that was a part of my dream growing up. I watched a lot of gangster movies, and I love
Yeah.
to see Nicky Barnes and those guys
Give it
come back to their neighborhoods and in
Yeah.
New Jack City. They
Yeah.
open up that U-Haul and turkeys come on out and everything else
Yeah.
like that. I wanted to do that. Now, I didn't want to pollute my community by doing some of the other things that they was doing in those movies or some of those stories, but I wanted to
Yeah.
do it. And when we were able to do that, pull up, there's certain people, I'm telling you, bro, that text me, hey, could you come by? I don't want nobody to see me getting one or whatever else.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you know me. This ain't even about no money or anything like that. It's just love. It's
Image.
giving back to the community. Yeah. Stop worrying about silly stuff like that and making something that is not. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I've seen it, bro. I've had over 1,000 some kids come to my baseball camps, but I can count probably on one hand how many of them. My nieces always come. My sister bring my nieces. My godson come. Nub bring his kids, but out of all the people and family members I got, they don't flood that. You get what I'm saying? They don't flood my camp because they know me.
Why is that? Why is that? Why when we put on, everybody talking about you ain't put on for the hood. Well, when we put on for the hood, y'all don't show up. So why? Why should we keep putting on for the hood? Y'all, if y'all ain't gonna show up, why we keep showing up? I don't get it. You see what I'm saying? See, go ahead. Okay. Okay. If you want me to go, I'm gonna go. But my thing is like people talk out the side of their lip. Right? It's like the thing is like when somebody truly trying to help you, you get shy or you get timid and say that you don't want to be seen by somebody else. You don't want, that's the problem. Stop, put the pride aside, get in tune.
Yeah.
Pick something you want to do. You see what I'm saying? But don't call me later on when you down the dumps and want me to give you a stack.
Hey.
Don't call me because I'm trying to help you right now. You see what I'm saying?
Well, look, it go back to a lot of the things that all tie together. The first Million Man March I went to, it was me and Adam. Me and Adam Williams went.
Yeah.
The second one I went to, I went by myself. Right?
And you got to do that sometimes.
Sometimes you got to do that.
You got to do that sometimes.
But if I told all the guys we finna go to DC for a party,
we finna go to DC. And they
gonna come. But when I tell you we finna go to DC and we might not come back, they're like, or we standing up for, you know what I'm saying, for justice for our people. Now it's too serious. You know, some of the things I've ran into, and you can attest to it too. We've had people like, hey man, you know, I want to come around you a little bit more so we can chop it up. We can build together, right? So then we get them around us and we get the building. Not a conversation too serious. Now, man, he preaching, man. I'm preaching and all. I'm like, bro, I mean, I can have a deadhead conversation. I spent a lot of my years of my life.
No, we can't have no more of those.
I spent a lot.
I'm gonna start charging people for their conversation.
I wasted a lot of years of my life being a class clown, being a clown, goofing off or whatever else. The last thing as a grown man is somebody that stand on principles that I want to be called as a clown. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can't relate to it, right? We gonna laugh, bro. We joke and everything else. It's time to get serious and to handle business. And I don't pay attention so much into certain things with certain people, but I notice it. Like you said, I see it, I notice it, and it's not going to stop what I got going on. Like it's not taking no money out of my pockets. It's not going to stop me from achieving my dreams. And it's not going to stop me from being locked in because I do this for a higher purpose. I feel like we walking into the purpose that God wants us to be.
In, you know,
right?
That.
So,
you know
as long as I'm serving what I feel like is serving God and doing what I feel is right in my heart. And I want to bring people along with me. Right. Because again, we don't know everything. But conversations like this and more people need to have them. So not just Greg.
Don't nobody want to talk about it though.
No, you need to get around some people that's going to make you a little uncomfortable. They may make you uncomfortable. Y'all make each other uncomfortable, but y'all come out of it better, right? Y'all come out of it better. It's going to be a lot of people that gas you up. A lot of people going to gas you up.
I ain't here to gas you up.
Man, I'm not going to tell you none of that. I'm going to tell you what's straight up. Don't ask me. And it's funny. I told my mama this. I told her, don't invite me somewhere if I can't be who I am.
Facts.
Don't invite me nowhere where I can't be me because I'm going to be me no matter where I'm at. So you think about that before you invite me somewhere, right? So if I've been places where something stupid happened or something crazy going and people look at me like, oh, I know he funna or he funna. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I was with my motorcycle group in Memphis this past summer. So while we out there partying and kicking it and riding and chilling, we in Memphis. I say, I'm going to the Lorraine Motel. I'm too involved into who I am, into our culture and where we stand in the history behind it for me to be right here by the Lorraine Motel and not go where Dr. King was killed. And not only am I going to go, I'm not just going outside to take pictures. I'm going to park the bikes. I'm going inside. Y'all can wait for me out here or whatever else. That's just who I am. Stand for something. Stand for something. You understand what I'm saying?
They don't know what to stand for.
Well, it plays a part into.
They don't know what to stand for.
Stand for what you're scared to stand for. Put it that way.
They won't listen to nobody.
Man, you got to get in you got to get in the things that make you uncomfortable.
Listen.
Like I said before, hold on. Like I said before, running all them races that I ran, marathons and stuff like that. And I hate running. I ain't never ran track. I never ran cross country. I was a baseball player. I was a football player. And when I was a football player, I was a defensive lineman. Never been a little dude. You understand what I'm saying? I'd rather hit a home run so I can trot across the bag versus, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is I did that because I dared myself to get good at something I hate doing.
Yeah.
Something I absolutely hate doing. I wanted to get good at, right? I mean, so because a lot of people stay doing stuff that they good at because that's their comfort zone, right? So look, I remember a guy telling me, he was like, "Hey man, what are you training for?" And I said, matter of fact, this second time that happened, I asked the guy, once I started running, I started asking people questions. Asked him, what are you training for? He say a 5K. And I said, okay, cool. I said, why are you not trying to do a half marathon or a full marathon? He was like, oh, no, man, me and my wife, we get out and this is just what we do. No pressure, whatever else. I'm like, yeah, you doing them 5Ks because that's where your comfort zone is. You scared to go further than that, right? Because you know you're going to have to dedicate some extra time. You're going to have to put in some extra work that you ain't willing to put
you brought
into.
it up. You brought it up.
Hey, I'm going to bring it up every single time.
Let's talk about being a real man. Because to society right now, people in our hood, we squares. Me and G White, we squares. We don't do what everybody else do. You see what I'm saying? We squares, square business, and we laugh about it. We is square business.
Hey, I spent
let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
It's Black History Month, ain't it?
Yeah,
it's Black History Month, ain't it?
It is for the people.
I'm Malcolm X. Okay, I'm Malcolm X. I'm trying to talk nicely to the people, my people, to get them to do better, right? Right? Mm-hmm. Is it working? I don't know. I hope it is. You see what I'm saying? Or if I'm Martin Luther King, right? I take the nicer approach, right? Because they always want to distinguish Malcolm X and Martin, right? Right? So I'll take the nicer approach. Well, then I got to get like this right now. I'm Malcolm X again, and I got to give it to you raw. You see what I'm saying? And who else am I, G White? I'm Harriet Tubman, right?
Yeah.
Didn't I go back to the hood to get some of my friends? Huh? Man. Didn't I do that?
Bro, I've been a part of conversations where you just be like, hey, I got everything. Just get here and I got you.
Yeah.
Early, though. This is stuff at a young. We're not old, shriveled up men, though. This is the mindset, though.
See, I got it's track record behind this. When I'm speaking, listen to it. Get in tune.
We will
listen to somebody.
We never gonna tell you. Before we start this, I said, bro, we're never gonna start saying stuff that we can't prove, stuff that's not true, stuff that didn't work, and that we didn't apply to our lives. It's too many fortune cookie advice. It's too much fortune cookie advice out there. I sit back. I got social media just like everybody else, and I'm like, that ain't right. That's not accurate, or that's not. It's too much fortune cookie advice out there. Stick to people that actually know what they're doing, that's actually continue. They understand it, that they're not finished products and they're striving to be more. But while we striving, we trying to help our people too.
Yeah.
Right? We hang around kings. We hang around other kings. You know what I'm saying? And queens. We hang around people that actually stand for something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm guilty of it. At times I've been around people and I get into it with them, or there becomes a strong conflict of interest. I'm like, I'm not even supposed to be around them type of people no more anyway. That's why we get into it. That's why we have difference of opinions on certain things. It's because you ain't the type of person I need to be around no more. You get what I'm saying? My dreams and the way I think is too big for you. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, hold on. You can't say that.
Yeah.
That ain't politically correct.
Man, listen.
They might hate you for that.
Man, listen. Hey, all I'm going to say is this. If you ain't dreaming, how can I put this?
No, go ahead and say it.
No, I'm trying to get it because, I be having a lot of stuff in my head and people think like, man, where you get that from? I really be having stuff in my head that be like off the dome, but it's more so along the lines that I was thinking that, if you tell somebody your dream and they believe it, you ain't dreaming big enough.
Yeah.
You ain't dreaming big enough. Yeah, if you tell people your dream and they just believe it, you ain't dreaming big enough. I love when somebody be like, man, you crazy. You crazy. You crazy. My mama done said it before. When I do something like get up and go run and do something, like my mama know I do all type of extracurricular stuff. And she'd be like, boy, you crazy. I'll be like, and I am. That's cool.
Hey.
And she don't mean it like that, but I'm just saying, like, how some people keep saying that. Yeah. I love when somebody don't believe what I'm doing. If you tell me nobody's done that before, or that's not realistic, that's not this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing was possible till somebody did it first, right? So it's just a different type of mindset. If you want something different with your life, bro, you got to lock in and be willing to go places that nobody else is gone. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I be trying to tell people.
So why you think people will rather why you think people listen to like celebrity advice over the people who they grew up with? Why is that?
Because it's the clout. They figure.
Let's explain clout. Because maybe people say clout and they be like, I ain't got that. I ain't looking for that. But what is it?
Well, the same thing is this. Okay, so we can say something on here tonight, right? And then your favorite artist. We could say Jay-Z again. Jay-Z can say that in the morning. and that's what they'll listen to.
It's
That's
quotes
what they'll listen
everywhere.
to. They'll listen to that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
Hashtag.
somebody. So if you want to say like from day one, you've been around people, some people from day one, your close circle, it's your friends,
Yeah.
family you grew up with or whatever. They know you since you was a boy, a snotty nosed little
Right.
boy, right? Been around your journey, watched you grow
Right.
up, watched you go to school, watched you get a family, watched you get a career, watch you do all of that, right? So they know it's facts under what you're saying,
Right.
and they still will see you speaking your truth, and they
Why?
know it's truth, but won't tap in. That's the
Why?
craziest thing ever.
Why? Why?
They won't- you
I
get,
know why.
go ahead.
I know why.
What you think?
Because it's this dynamic where some people, the people closest to you, and I say closest because they're the people who grew up with you, right?
Right. They're close to the light.
There's
They're
something
blinded by it.
about there's something about like it's a competition, like it's a competitive nature. Like I don't want all of a sudden for you who were in the same place I was to surpass me, success and be more successful than me. That's so stupid. Let me tell you, all these other people I work with that's not my skin color, they do things completely opposite of us.
Yeah, yeah,
We're so
yeah,
stupid. Like the way we do stuff. Like we do stuff opposite.
yeah.
Why? Why can't we all just be like, bet? Like everybody always bring up paid in full, like everybody eat. That ain't the way. I mean, we love that movie. That ain't what everybody do.
No,
Everybody don't eat. Because
no.
somebody ain't on board with the message, what the program, what we trying to do.
Well, the thing is this: people are scared. You see it in a lot of other cultures. I mean, I can speak about, I'll say the Hispanic culture, since we grew up around heavy Hispanic communities. And a lot of our friends is Hispanic. I would say I've seen the Hispanic culture stick together, motivate each other, rally behind people, right?
Yeah,
Like you say, live it all. We used to joke all
yeah,
the time. People say the cliche, y'all packed in that car like some Mexicans, or
yeah.
you see like why all those people live in that house or whatever else. But guess what? They may
They
have a
bond
house
is
over
tight.
here. They all may have their own house over in
And they got
Mexico,
own business,
or
cash
their own
only,
businesses, or when somebody get ready to go to school, they rally around that person. They
and
send
they
them care
paying them.
packages. They'll work. Everybody in
Yep.
that house will work 3-4 jobs to to
Yep.
to to make sure whoever that one person is that they deem in the family that they succeed. So everybody in the house getting up, going to work, and they making sure that they pay that person bills so that person can get books for
Yeah.
school or whatever else like that. I've seen that. We gotta love each other more, bro. It's too much hate. That's really what it is. It's too much hate.
Try hating.
Yeah,
Stop hating.
but what you gotta we gotta really understand this. They ain't done printing paper. It's no amount of money that I can have that will take from you being able to get your own. There's no
Yeah.
shortage. There's no shortages on success or anything. You know what I'm
Ain't no
saying?
shortage on success.
So you stopping your own growth with that. That's why I never really got into the hating on anybody or whatever. Because if you
Yeah.
got yours, I'm gonna get mine. I never got jealous. Like I said, of somebody having a car or something nice. I remember Duffy back in the hood when we was little. Duffy had this nice Cadillac that he used to have, and
Yeah.
he used to roll through the creek in the Cadillac and everything
Yeah.
else, all nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, and he had the fly girls with him and everything else like that. I told myself one day I'm gonna get the fly car in the fly girl, in the pretty girl, and I did that, boy. I got that, and then some. But
Alex
it's
must be online. Let me see. Yeah.
somewhere in there.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that's facts though. I didn't sit there and be like, I
Yeah.
hate that about that person, or man, you wasting time doing like that. Get around some people you can build, that can build you up, that can rally around you, talk career goals, talk life goals, hold different things like that, and keep you to it. Get you some mentorship, get you
Yeah.
some accountability partners. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no after school special. We're gonna talk some knowledge, but from different angles of it, because I know certain people like to hear structured, good talking, low monotone voices and things of that nature. Some people you got to get in their face and tell them in a way to where they have no choice but to see it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, hey, we doing it, bro. We gonna keep this thing going. I think that we're impacting a lot of lives, and bigger than anything, I would say, and it's not trying to be selfish, I would say that, this is therapy for us as well. Because how many times have we had these conversations to ourselves, or you know what I'm saying, things of that nature, and we sit there like, dang. But now that every time we get on here and talk to our people, And I don't care if it's 10 people, 20 people, 300 people, 3,000 people. I feel like this is what we're supposed to be doing and that we walking in our purpose, bro. And more men, black men, brown men, and women need to get on board and do this type of stuff and give back to their communities the way you can. You know what I'm saying? I think the false notion is, so I've done all type of community service work, right? You know how crazy I'm about community service work. A lot of people feel like they got to be famous to give back. Some people think they got to have money to give back. Some people think you got to be rich to give back.
Yeah.
No, you just got to have a kind heart and stay in your lane with it and give what you can, whether it's information. It could be something. If you got money, you can give some money, or like you said, free baseball, softball lessons, things of that nature. That's just giving you free information. So I'm just saying, a lot of people got to get out of that notion of thinking that they're not good enough to do stuff for their communities or to help better their people. Because we all can play a part, right? This may be our gift. You got your own gift. Go, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be, tap into it, be honest with yourself, and know that you can do it too.
Yeah. I mean, for me, you skipped over the part with the baseball fields, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Okay.
See, I don't want.
No.
I be putting everything on the table.
Here we go. Well,
hold on.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Hold on. I just get sick and tired of people talking about their situation, and then they don't do nothing. If I took a survey and I asked people how many of y'all wrote down the key takeaways and the action items, and how many people followed up on them action items, did they do their homework? See, that's the same. You got to break these habits. Y'all doing the same stuff y'all used to do in high school and not doing y'all work. You see what I'm saying? When you gonna graduate? When you gonna graduate from that? When you gonna stop? When you gonna stop? Keep doing the same thing over and over. When you gonna try to get the bag on your own? When you gonna mentor? When you gonna mentor somebody else to get them to do something? Huh? How you gonna give somebody else some advice and you still in your same position that you was in before? See, when I talk to people, I only show my face when I've accomplished something before. You see what I'm saying? I gotta accomplish something new before I step to the platform. And this is how this is gonna go. I'm gonna write a book after this. Then I'm gonna do some career coaching. Then I'm gonna do some other stuff. I'm gonna do whatever I set my mind to.
It's always gonna be something next. So that goes into when somebody say, "When you gonna be done?" or "I'm never gonna be done." I'm never gonna stop. I'm gonna die this person. I'm gonna die striving. What 50 say? Get rich or die trying. I'm telling you. And another thing, you know what? It's something else that I've been, I almost thought about earlier, but I want to say it right now. It's okay to be the lone wolf sometime, right? I can remember at times, okay, when I graduated college, I remember that was a tough semester for me, my 4th year. And you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know if I was going to make it. Like, for real, it was just tough. I had like 2-3 math classes, all type of stuff like that. Yeah. Right? And I can remember like, I'm graduating. I seen that list come out. Like, I'm crossing that stage. Let me go tell my mom and them and everything else, right? And then some of my mans, they'll be like, how you was out with us partying, or you was with? I say, wait a second, think about it. I came to those parties late. I went to the library first. You get what I'm saying? I got with my study group first. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to still have that balance. That's what I like to tell people about. I'm not telling, and I know you're not telling people to not live life, not have fun or whatever else, but 2 things with that. You got to stay focused and have balance. And number 3, be careful how much you celebrating, because what you celebrating?
Yeah, what you celebrating for?
What you celebrate? Listen, I'm a go-getter, but I'm not popping champagne bottles and pouring and throwing money every weekend. Now, if you have that many victories in your life to where you maybe hustled through the week, or you landed a big business deal, or you accomplished your goal, you absolutely right. You absolutely right. We're going to pop bottles. We're going to act a fool. We're going to vacation. We're going to turn up. You absolutely right. But to do that every single weekend, that showed me a lot about kind of like the mindset. And I sit back, and that's not being lit to me. And that's not being, let me just stop saying to me. By definition, that's not lit. That's not achievement. That's not what you know what I'm saying, what that looks like. And real people who actually are trying to do things or they're in different positions, they see straight through that mess. You should still celebrate yourself. And I ain't saying you should be all deep down and depressed and everything. But what I'm saying is, if you find yourself celebrating every single weekend the same way, but then you want to wonder why your circumstance hasn't changed, why you haven't gotten anything, why you're not moving the needle on certain things, because you playing. And you playing yourself bigger than anybody. You only gonna live one life. You is never gonna do this life over again. So be
Keep
mindful how
playing
much
with
you
it.
playing. Keep playing with it, because you're not gonna be able to do this again. You're not gonna be able to do this thing again.
See, that's what I hate right here, because you keep playing with yourself, and I'm doing what I got to do. I'm taking trips now. I'm getting money now. I'm shining now. Now when I come around, Gucci on my waist, that's just because I like the material of the belt. That I'm not stunting. I just like the material. It lasts longer.
It's
Tired of
high
buying belts,
quality.
so I bought Gucci. That's my regular everyday belt. I'm wearing polo. I like the fabric. You see what I'm saying? Now I come around you who been playing. I gotta hide. I gotta act a certain way. Now how I was acting on the job, right, with the other people, I gotta change how I am to try and fit in with them, right? I'm doing the same thing within my culture, because I gotta hide my success from you. Because every time I come around, you looking at me like he think he better than everybody else. He think yeah, I am, because you still the same, and you don't want to listen to what I'm trying to tell you. That's the problem, me and you guys, because we always we got to tuck our tail on both sides in the corporate America, and
Yes.
we come around the hood.
Yeah.
That we literally got to do that. We got to straddle the fence, because this side of corporate America, they don't want to see us in our culture, and then we go back to the hood or in front of the people we know, because we got everything going, and we dental plan, vision, you know what I'm saying, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, he think he bougie now. I eat salads. I eat asparagus, salmon. I don't eat ramen noodles no more. I graduated. I don't eat certain stuff. Yeah. And I gotta change that when I come around y'all. I don't drink Hennessy no more. You know what I'm
Hey, hold
saying?
on. Hey, hold on.
No, I don't drink Hennessy no more. I don't drink Hennessy no more. If you know what I'm saying, like I'm saying that from the perspective of like, that's what people did in the hood, right? They gonna go and get that. Then you come around, I want some scotch, you know. He
bourbon.
booed.
Hey, I'm
You
drinking
know
bourbon.
what I'm saying?
I'm drinking bourbon now.
Yeah, I gotta change my growth. I gotta stunt my growth temporarily.
Well, the thing is this: you shouldn't go places where you got to dim your light.
But that means you can't go around your friends, go around your people, because they messing around. That's my point.
That's exactly what it is. But guess what? That's why I invite the people I want to invite into my world. In certain situations, I can't go into. It go back to what we said with environment. Certain places you can't go anymore, because that's okay. Them are not your people anymore. Some people are around for a reason and a season. That sounds like an old timers cliche. But that's real facts. But it's a sad reality, right? So like you said, in the corporate America, you know, you black and brown, you may never be good enough.
Yeah.
But then when you go home amongst your people, then you think you too good, because it's like, so you find yourself right there in the middle in a lane of your own, and
loner. Shout out Breeze.
you end up a loner. You really do end up a loner, right?
Loner gear.
I embrace, by definition, what a person would call a lame now, right? Because when you
definitely
know who you are, right? When I was trying to lead with being a follower and do what everybody else was doing, that didn't get me nowhere. That got me in fights. That got me in trouble. That got me suspended from school. That got, you know what I mean? That embarrassed my mama and my daddy and my elders that I knew. I wasn't. Most of the trouble I got in, I was hiding from my mama and daddy, because that stuff wasn't celebrated. My dad busts his butt. My dad is a carpenter, but my dad is a street dude. And one thing my dad always told me is, be better than me. Be better than me. Be better than me. So all the trouble everybody that ever seen me get into or heard about, whatever else like that, I was sneaking around, because if my pops found out that I was doing that, man, hey, stop. You know, hey, I still don't mess with my dad like that. I don't play with him. But what I'm saying is, I've spent a lot of my time in my life being a follower. It didn't get me nothing. So when
why
we
people still doing that, dude?
Bro, I have no idea, because society tells you that's what being lit is. society tell you taking the easy road and doing what everybody else doing and talking the way they talk and hanging around where they hang and doing whatever. They tell you that's being lit. You tell
Why
somebody
are people?
you tell somebody you want to settle down and get a family, or you want to buy a house, or you trying to talk about something with some sense, right? You tell somebody you want to do a study group, or you tell somebody you want to teach a course, or you want to mentor some youth or something like that, man. That's kind of lame in most
Why the
societies that we from.
why the new application in the hood is scamming?
Mm.
Let's talk about that. You got enough time?
No, we over time, man. We've been
Okay.
rolling though. It be like that.
I'm
You don't.
just saying because everybody want to talk about what's lame and what's hot. Scamming ain't hot. Tell you that right now. And everybody who want to take the easy route, let me tell you something. Just do the math on it. Just do the math. You run it up. We seen it during COVID. I told some people I know about this. I said, look, they gonna run it up during COVID, doing all this scamming. Ain't nobody gonna be smart enough to go invest that money, put some of that cheese up. They're gonna fall flat on their face when we come out the pandemic. And what happened? But they was lit, right? I'm square because I'm corporate route. I got a couple businesses.
PPP was crazy.
You know, PPP crazy. You know, when y'all gonna stop doing that? Come listen to me. I'm gonna show you how to do it for real. And longevity cheese, right? Longevity cheese. If you would have took 10 bands of that money you had, 10 bands, and put it in the market. Look at the rate of return in the stock market. You don't have to do no crazy trades. Just leave the money in there. You could just put it there. Just put it. You supposed to. Pusha T said it. You supposed to put the first whatever in the safe and forget the key, forget the combination. Just put 10 in there. Drop 10 in there. It's gonna grow every year. But y'all too busy. Y'all want to listen to everybody else. You keep downloading. So when you keep downloading, then you just gonna get nothing. That's just how it go. That's just how it go. You still ain't talking about the baseball incident. I'm gonna say it for you. I told Greg, I said I'll stop doing the baseball camps in Hammond because they ain't respecting you. Ain't nobody did what Greg did. Ain't nobody in Hammond did what he did. He should be in the Hall of Fame, but you know why he ain't? Because he wasn't a big name athlete like everybody else. But he was an athlete though in multiple sports. And he came back to the community and did something that nobody did. Everybody tried to do it. They tried, but when they hit them roadblocks, they went to other places, other cities, other schools in Hammond. Like okay, I won't do that. But I'll say this. No, hold on, let me finish. I'll say this. This man Greg had to cut the locks off Hammond High baseball field. The day of his camp. Greg had to cut the grass, the baseball field. Y'all know what that's like?
No.
Cutting the baseball field, the grass, getting new dirt for the baseball field at a high school. Why he ain't a Hall of Famer? You see what I'm saying? And see, he big on loyalty. He big on that, all that extra. I'm not. I don't care. You cross me, I'll just move along. So that's what I'm saying. I just get tired of people talking on social media. That's why I haven't been on Facebook, because every time I go on there, it's my people, and they be struggling, and they be saying what they ain't got, what's happening, what's this. Well, okay, get in tune with something. Better your life. When you gonna better your life? Y'all can go tell everybody that I'm on here yelling because I am. Because I know this is the type of talk y'all want. No, but the difference is, I'm almost finished. I promise I'm almost finished. But the difference is, I don't have to do this every time. I'm gonna just do this a few times. But the real audience is the people who I know they're gonna be listening to these podcasts in a quiet environment, notepad, pen, and really honing in. And like when I read certain books, I don't read to finish them quickly. I do them one chapter at a time, and I practice what that I read in the morning, and I practice what that chapter taught me, and I do the same process the next morning. It's a marathon.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna just let you speak on it without piggybacking, bro, because there's a lot of things that we kind of champion for each other, right? So what he's saying was, when we talk about my baseball camp and my softball camp that I started, I told myself I told myself before I even went to college that I was going to college to play baseball, but I told myself I would always come back home and give back to my community because a couple of things there. We from a basketball state, right? I've literally never seen somebody come back and give anything to the baseball program, right? So I told, and I've been in places with people that are from the area, from our high schools, that are supposed to be leaders in the community, and we're right there, and they don't give me anything. I'm hitting for the White Sox, I'm hitting for Notre Dame coaches and different stuff like that, and people from the same neighborhood sitting over there not giving me any pointers or any tips, anything. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna be like these people. I'm gonna be the first one, and I'm gonna give back no matter how far this baseball thing take me. I'm gonna come back to my neighborhood and I'm gonna give back. So, I started in 2013, and every year since then, I've ran into some roadblocks, and it took me a while to understand while I was
Yeah.
running into those roadblocks. But it's when you're
Dry
chasing your
hating.
when you chasing your dreams, everybody not gonna be happy for you, bro. They're not gonna understand it, right? So, like he said, I've had to, and this is probably the first time I've said it on this type of spectrum, right? We all people close to me know
Let
I
them
dealt with
know.
this.
Let them know.
I've had to cut the fences off, the lock off the fences. I've had to jump gates. I've had to cut the grass and all type of stuff. I've went at it with the mayors. I've went at it with city officials and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And I've done it every year. And my friends and family that come and help me throw my camp, my teammates that drive in, fly in to give back to our community and help out. Um, that's what keeps me going. When I get kids texting me and they're at a tournament in Florida and they say, "Hey, G White, um, that trick you showed me with my weight shift, I got a double off the wall." That makes me want to come back for some more. Or I'm able to help somebody go to college with the G White scholarship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brandon Tyler, went to Grambling. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jolie. She going to Auburn. That's for softball.
Yeah.
Things like that is motivating me because I don't look to the city no more. I don't look to other people I used to look for and people to rally around me because I understand they don't understand my vision. And if they was like me, I know God only created one person like me. And so I
Yeah.
understand it. And I done been through a lot of it, bro. I really don't talk about this stuff because, that's deep to me. You know what I mean? I've seen the dry hating and the dry,
But
all
what
that
about the
silly
people
stuff.
who gonna come up behind you and want to do the same thing? That's why we doing this.
Yeah, I
You
get the
gotta let them
kids.
know
I
what they
get the
gonna run
kids.
into.
It's very motivating. It's very motivating because you're gonna run into problems. They're not gonna celebrate you. They're not gonna do that. You got to
Nah.
do it for yourself. So when I get the kids that have come year back to back to back to back, I had a kid this year. He come to me afterwards, and he not going further in baseball, but he come every year and give his best. But he said, G White. He said, G White, I want to get on and put on for the 219 just like you and give back to my community
Yeah, I
just
remember
like
that.
you. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that hit me in the chest when he said that because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've
Yeah.
impacted your life, and that's something nobody can take from me, right? So, the people that done wrong or don't open doors or keep trying to whatever, you can't stop what God got for me because what's for me is for me, and what's for you is for you.
Facts.
Nobody can stop it. God not gonna give you something somebody else is supposed to have. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So if you got something, that's what you were supposed to have. So I've been let go all that negativity with it, but I see it and it does bother me, and it used to bother me a whole lot. And me and you done talked about it. You've been told me, hey man, stop doing that there. They don't see what you're doing, man. They disrespectful to you. You know what I'm saying? So, and I see it, but guess what? I've never seen anybody else do it. So I looked at it like this too, and I almost forgot this point, but I'm glad God brought it back to me. As athletes, we do a disservice to the communities that we serve in. You remember all the games we used to sneak into, the football games and stuff we sneak into, watch people or whatever else like that. We idolized a lot of people, right? And when people come and see you, people spend their last to come see you play as an athlete in these communities, and you don't give back to the community, that's doing a disservice. Some people spent their last to get their kid in a game to see you. Or like some of us, when we was sneaking under the fences and all that other stuff we was doing to come to watch the high school football games and stuff like that, because we didn't want to pay the money to get in or something. People miss a whole lot of people missing their chance with clout. But like you said, I don't know one person that done as much as I've done with their own bread and from a pure heart. And then I'm gonna jump off of it. But 2 years ago, a mom came up with her two boys, and she said that, and I'm not going to do this because somebody might sue you. They said they went to a professional camp on the north side of Chicago a couple of weeks before mine, and she brought her boys to my camp, and my camp was free, and that they learned more than they had learned and paid $600 or $700 2 weeks ago, and mine was 100% free because I tell my staff members, we not holding back on these kids, right? Some of these kids don't got the bread to go to a $2,500 camp. Some of these kids don't got the bread to go be on a travel team. So we're not going to do that. And if you feel like you're here for money, I don't have staff that's there for money because that's not what we there for.
Yeah.
So, and I don't understand why people would try to block somebody like me, Blessing, or whatever else like that, or try to put up a roadblock instead of helping me. You know what I mean?
You think you better than them,
or give me a crappy field or whatever else like that to try to play on or whatever else. Man, I don't know, but that's what they got to answer to. That's self-hate from them. But I know my purpose, and I know you didn't give it to me, so you're not going to be able to stop it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I tell anybody that go after your dreams, and people not going to support it. You going to run into big obstacles. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
I want to hear. I want to hear that.
Yeah.
That's we got to be real. It ain't all peachy. People ain't going to support you. People ain't going to give you no money, no funding, no resources.
Yeah.
People going to dry hate on you. And what I mean by dry hate, what he doing? He doing that over there. Oh, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't from there anyway. He ain't been back in a while. They gonna dry hate on you, right? They gonna talk behind your back. And what I tell you from the start of this, I'm not just venting. I'm just telling you this is why you got to stay focused, laser sharp focus, because that's the only thing that's gonna get you there. It's gonna be you yourself. That's gonna get you there.
Yeah.
And God, of course.
Of course. Stay focused, y'all. Stay focused. So, and I say we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up with this. We're gonna continue to keep this thing going. We're gonna bring it to the people. I want people to continue to follow us on all streams, all the platforms, share it, like it, comment it, subscribe to it. And the format is this. On Mondays, we're gonna drop pre-recorded episodes. Every Wednesday at the same time we plan on here. So bring your questions in here. We like to interact with the people. We like to give you something to chew on throughout the week. Want to make sure that, you know what I mean, we would like-minded individuals, because guess what? Y'all may say something in the comments, and we here to learn from y'all too.
Yeah.
We here to learn from y'all too. I know how to be a teacher, but I also know how to be a student. Yeah. My dad said, what, grasshopper? I know how to be the grasshopper. So, you know what I mean? If you got some game for us, let us know that too. And we here to talk about it every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you tapping in on the pre-recorded episodes on Monday, and on Wednesday, we're going to get in here and we're going to talk together as a family. We're going to have some tough conversations too. Yeah. But guess what? We're going to win as the family too. And guess what? Enough people start winning. Guess what? Before you know it, we on an island with margaritas and getting it cracking.
Yeah. So you done with your intro, G White?
I'm through, bro.
I mean, your outro. Okay.
Yeah. I'm
okay.
Through.
Mine is like this. Mine is like this. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. But this how we coming every time. And I just want to let you know, if you everybody talk about they about business and this and that. If you about business, then come talk to us. And we can show you the right way. I don't know what they doing. I just know I did a lot of math in college. I done seen a lot of people over the 15 years since leaving college and the hood. I done seen them doing the same stuff. I progressed. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to get you over there where it's milk and honey. You see what I'm saying? So if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. It ain't for you.
And we're not saying be like us.
And I'm not saying be like us. But I'm saying that I can help you. G White can help you.
It's up
if
here,
you with
bro.
that, if you like that family life, if you like to travel, if you like to make situations better, if you want to become a mentor for other people, if you want to do it the right way, so you got the half of your life is that's under the bridge. Now we got the other half. Now we can do right. If you about that, let's talk. I like talking to you. Other people, I'll holler at you.
Yeah,
big speaker.
G White, man, let's get it. We out for the people.
You already know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.